Hi guys, welcome back to Witch Chat, the official Witch Hat Atelier podcast. I'm your host, Lena Lemon, and today is another very, very special episode because we have the English voice actor for Qifrey, Joshua Waters, with us. Welcome to Witch Chat. We are so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh, I've been a fan. I've been seeing it online, and I've been such a fan of this series for so long that I'm so excited to be a part of this. You've let me chat about this show I love, so I'm going to yap so much.
Amazing. When I was told that I get to chat with you today, I was like, yes, this is going to be so good. So, before we get into this week's episode, I did want to ask how getting the role of Qifrey came about for you, and how has this role differed from other roles that you've done?
Well, a lot of roles that I've done in the past have not been from properties that I've already been a fan of for a long period of time. It's either, oh, I want to be a part of this series, or this character looks cool from the audition, but I'm not really sure about anything about their actual character. This is the first time where I have loved a character for years beforehand, before the auditions were even sent out, where I saw them, I'm like, oh, there's actually a chance that I can be this person that I have this idea of in my head, and I'm gonna try my best. And I sent that audition off and then had an immediate stomach ache for weeks.
So, okay, so you've read the series. You've read the manga before.
I'm fully caught
Wow.
up, and there's some stuff that happens in the future that I'm terrified of.
And excited, right?
And excited, very excited.
Did you hear that there was going to be an anime, and were you like telling your agent, hey, if there's anything for this, I want to be in it? Or did it just stumble upon you, like that audition?
So at the beginning of this year, I knew that the anime was going to be coming out sometime this year. And I sent a message to my agent at the very beginning being like, hey, if you hear anything about Witch Hat, just let me know. I really want this. Sent that to me as soon as it came through. I spent way too long working on that audition. It's something where you know the character and the idea in your head, and you're trying to translate it from here to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with how it turned out.
I personally, as like a watcher as well, I think it's so telling. It's very obvious when an actor is so clearly also a fan of the character, right? You put in just that extra bit of passion, that love into the character. And I think I can speak for all of us viewers that we can really sense it.
Thank you. I have to at least allot like 10 minutes per session to geek out over the animation as I see it.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, I get to say this, I get to be this.
That's like every episode it happens. I'm like, it's the moment, I get to say the thing. And they're like, yeah, you say that every time, Josh. You can.
They're like, yeah, let's just get it done. I love it. So my co-host Tim, he actually got to chat with Anjali last week.
Yes.
Who is the voice actor of Coco.
Incredible talent.
Just so talented. Good. Perfect voice for Coco. But they had mentioned something really interesting, and it's that it was a very intentional choice that all the witches have a European accent of some sort, whereas Coco, in contrast, doesn't, right? And that it was meant to signify that Coco was really an outsider. And I thought that was a really cool fact, and I personally love the British accent that you gave Qifrey. I think it matches and fits his whole vibe. I think you did so well there. But I am curious, did the director already give you that direction from the get-go, being like, hey, he's going to be British, right? Or was it workshopped together with you?
So it's a very interesting thing, because it's like a mix of both, actually, where the original auditions had, for every single character, you can do this in a general American accent or any accent from the British Isles. And I did do a general American take as well that I submitted.
Oh, okay.
So I find, as a longtime reader of the manga, there's a lot of things that Qifrey does in particular that is that lean very like RP, very fanciful.
Right. He's so like sophisticated, right? You know, yeah.
So when I was doing the audition, I was like, oh, I hope they pick this take.
That's so cool. Did you get to kind of tweak around that accent then in the studio and see what you thought?
The director of the show is super, super open and helpful with like their knowledge of the accent going into it. So if we ever slip up, we have very specific rules for the accents that we need to hit, very specific vowels we need to hit, where if I end up like slipping up on any point in my end, we have like 3 people to pick up the slack of like, hey,
Gotcha.
we're saying all, not all.
Right.
Plus my partner is actually from the UK as well, so
Oh, amazing. So you probably picked her brain and tried to work with
oh
her
my
on that
gosh.
too.
I go home and immediately get like notes like you should round your vowels more, and I'm like, okay.
So I'd love to keep picking your brain about your experience as Qifrey, especially because I'm such a fan of Qifrey myself. But the show must go on. Quick little episode summary of what happened this episode. Coco learns about the Pentacle of Proving. Qifrey learns more about the twin bottles, which results in him getting attacked by a brim cap spell. Coco finally fixes and returns Agott her sylph shoes. Then Coco gets ill and taken to the hospital. This is where you guys are used to me saying, let's unlock the atelier. But Joshua, will you do us the honors of saying it in perhaps Qifrey's voice?
Oh, why, of course. Let's unlock the atelier.
Stop! That was so good. I think I'm gonna have to like get them to clip that, and we just use it for all the episodes now. That was
You have
oh my
my
gosh,
full permission.
so
Let's
good.
go.
I love it. All right, this episode had a lot going on. We
Yes.
started off learning about the Pentacle of Proving, the 5 tests that you have to pass to become a full-fledged witch. Well, I guess 4. You pass 4 and you become a full-fledged witch, and then on the 5th one you can take apprentices.
The librarian's trial.
Yes. So I thought it was really interesting seeing all of the girls' differing opinions on tests and the very structured nature of the Pentacle of Proving, right? And I kind of wanted to get your opinion on that and like the girls and like was it expected or because for me I have thoughts on that, but I want to hear about yours.
Oh, I've got so many thoughts on everything. I really enjoy throughout the series how each of the girls sort of represents as like magic is art in this universe. So their approach to their art is their approach to their magic. In real life and in the actual show, it's like the different ways someone's brain can sort of work through their art and their own works, where it's like someone can be very technique focused like Agott, someone can be very unique and like have their own very special way of looking at things like Riche, and someone can just like have amazing ideas like Coco. It's like I love how each of the characters sort of represents this, and that's also sort of how they look at the tests, where some of them that are more regimented, that are like, yeah, this is a test, I want to do this test, I feel up to it, they are super hyped and super jazzed to do these tests. But some of them are not at all. They're like, putting me in this box is not how I want to do my magic, how I want to make my art. So I find that very, very fun and interesting.
So it was unexpected for me is that I would have guessed that Tetia would be the one to not really like tests. She's so, happy-go-lucky, and I thought she would have been like, oh, tests, like, I just do what I love, right? So it was kind of refreshing and interesting to see her take on it, where she was so motivated. She was so disciplined, being like, no, like, I take these seriously. I know what I want to become. These are my end goals. And it was the flip side with Riche, because in my mind, I was like, I thought it would be the opposite way around, which was kind of fun to see, because Riche was like, oh, I hate tests. Don't tell me what to do, right?
She has her very specific way of looking at things, and tests do not accommodate for that. And Tetia is very like purpose-driven, where she has a goal in mind and knows that she needs to take the tests to get to that goal. So she's going to do it. She's very excited about the tests.
Yeah, and then Agott's Agott.
Agott's,
She's just like, I'm going to ace it, I'm going to overachieve and get out.
That's how she...
Love it. So we do learn that once you pass these tests, you get to choose and design your own witch cap. I want to know, you personally, how would you design yours?
Oh, well, I need to have the cone shape, but it needs to be something like nature-y colored. I have a lot of this is like 90% of my wardrobe. It's like,
okay, nice.
Green, like old, like it looks like a 70s rug became a button-up shirt. Like that, but a witch hat with like a big tassel because I need it.
What color is the tassel?
Oh, now I gotta think.
Now you gotta, not
It's
to put you on the spot.
Not to put me on the spot, but like foresty green hat.
Ooh, very cool.
And then an orange like tassel to match my hair.
Oh, I can see it. That is beautiful. Um, for me, I thought about it too. I was like, what would I
Yes.
want?
Do tell.
I love the brimmed caps. Not saying that I would go evil for it, but if that's what it takes, I might just have to join that side because the brimmed cap, that aesthetic is just so cool. And
To
I
have a
wear
hat
black.
that looks that cool, I'd be evil a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. And I always wear black, so it would be a black one with some silver accents. I'd join the dark side for that brimmed cap.
It's that easy.
So, another exciting part of this episode, we get to see Qifrey and the brimmed cap get into a little altercation there, a bit of a thing happened that
scuffle.
episode. Yeah. What were your thoughts on that?
It's one of the moments when I was going into the series as a reader that I was really excited for. There's been a few moments like that so far, but this was one of the ones that's like Qifrey alone, and Qifrey showing this side of himself, this sort of obsessive, this sort of like very driven, but in a kind of scary way,
Yeah.
side of him, where I get to play around with the different kind of Qifrey that is able to be shown during that. Where for a lot of the episodes so far, we've seen a little glimpse of it every now and again. And for the most part, he's been this very caring, very open, very sweet and kind figure to everyone around him. But we have these little glimpses every now and again, like at the end of episode 5.
Those ice cold glimpses. Yeah.
You tell no one. It's
Oh
like,
my-
I love.
Yep. There it is. And I thought the same, where I feel like whenever the brimmed cap is involved, Qifrey almost feels like he gets so hasty, even though generally he's very composed.
Very
Right?
composed, very well thought normally, but like when he sees his chance on this, it's like he can't help himself.
Yeah.
Where it's something he's been chasing after for so long, and he's just like, oh, well, I gotta.
And he's kind of making irrational decisions. Like when he holed himself in that brick trap almost, I was like, oh, honey, there's no way that's a good idea.
This is a bad
There's-
plan, buddy.
You know better than that. Yeah. But it must be so fun to be able to kind of hit those, like, have such a big range in one character.
Yes, it's not that often as a character you get not only the opportunity to play someone that goes through as much as Qifrey is going to go through and has gone through, but that has the emotional sort of range that you get to play around with, where you get to see sort of the dichotomy between him being sweet and nice and him being obsessed over his goals.
Yeah.
Very fun to see the back and forth between them.
I'm so excited to keep seeing him evolve as a character and seeing more sides of that.
Oh, there's
Very,
so
very excited. I know. So this episode does end with poor Coco falling ill, being
My
taken to the
baby.
hospital. Our baby, I know. And I wanted to ask what your thoughts on healing magic being banned in this world is, because that's kind of new. I feel like magic, a big part of it in a lot of other stories. Healing's kind of a big aspect, right? But in Witch Hat Atelier, it's banned. And do you personally disagree or agree that it should be banned?
I was originally, before I started doing voice acting, an ER nurse. So
Oh,
I have a very
cool.
close relationship with health and just how it works. If I could cast magic to do it, I'd do it. But I can see where these things are coming from on why they've completely gotten rid of it. But I think it's just so much that they've gotten rid of, and the possibility of like Coco just being fully cleared of this illness immediately
Right.
is on the table. It's just against the rules. So it's fun to see sort of as we continue through the series where these rules kind of lie, because up until now it's been like forbidden magic. You can't do it. It's scary. It does a lot of bad stuff. It can
Yeah.
hurt people. But now it's like, well, healing magic also is a part of this. And it's
Exactly.
pretty generally seen as an okay thing in a lot of other media. So I'm very interested to see what other people think.
Yeah, the lines are definitely a little blurry, right? It's like, what up to what point can they allow for it to? So I
Yes.
guess that's why they're like, hey, let's just ban it all.
Let's get rid of it. I don't want to think
Yeah.
about semantics.
No, exactly. All right, I think it's time to move into our next segment, which is the magical moment. In this segment, we talk about our most magical moment. And this is normally where we share what our favorite standout moment of this one episode was. But of course, since you're here just for this episode, I want to hear what your personal favorite moment of playing Qifrey so far throughout the whole show.
Oh gosh, it's really difficult to choose because, like I said at the beginning, it's like I've loved this character and this series for so long that being able to be a part of it at all is like crazy. And every single session I go in and I'm like, oh my gosh, the part. But I would have to pick in episode 5, we have
Mhm.
this scene where he comes in and saves all of the girls from the maze with the dragon.
With the dragon, yeah.
They added so much. The adaptation of this is incredible. And I feel like in that moment, they when we were in the recording booth for it, we're like, hey, we've got to show you this. You don't have any lines or reacts or efforts during this big scene, but we've got to show you this. So we had this full part where I come in and I kick the dragon in the head. Not in the manga. I kick the dragon in the head and fly off with Agott up way into the stratosphere and open a gigantic thing of clouds and use all of the vapor to create a dragon. To
I just
keep
want
the
to
second
say
dragon.
that whole scene, my jaw was just on the floor. I think I was just mouth gaping open for the whole scene. I was like, this is incredible. Everything about it, the music that came with it, the art, I was not breathing. I
I
was
took a
holding my breath.
full break of recording and I was like, I gotta go get a drink, guys. I need a second. After we saw that, I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done in my whole life.
I think for sure, if people didn't know Qifrey before that, they knew Qifrey after that.
They did. The original in the manga, that was like that entire interaction of saving a god and casting this big water dragon was like 3 panels. So, seeing it adapted to be this gets me so incredibly excited to see what we get up to in the future. And as we record more and as we do more, hopefully later, I want to see what this adaptation can do even after that, because that's so cool. And it's
So
amazing how
incredibly
it's
cool.
adapted.
And I just love when such a great story is paired with such great animation, such great
Yes.
art. The music
Oh
is
my
this
gosh.
show in general is chef's kiss, and you guys as the voice actor putting life into it. It's so good. Thank you so much for all that you do. And with that being said, I would love to keep chatting, but we must wrap this up. Thank you so much, Joshua, for joining this episode. And to all of you, thank you for joining us again on Witch Chat, brought to you by Crunchyroll. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Witch Chat is hosted by me, Lena Lemon, and Tim Liu. Our executive producers are Leah President and Nicholas Friedman. Our podcast producer is Kyla Carnero, and our marketing producer is Carla Solorzano. Special thanks to the creator of Witch Hat Atelier, Kamome Shirahama, and the incredible Joshua Waters. Thank you.
So much.
And we will see you again next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.